74-72, the final score. Alabama beating the Vanderbilt Commodores tonight at Vanderbilt Coliseum, or whatever they call it, Memorial Gymnasium. Let's overlook this game here. Let's look at some team stats and what happened tonight. Alabama wins 74-72, 22-58 on their field goals, 37.9 field goal percentage. They were 8 of 28. Neither team could really shoot the three. A great defensive battle. Javon Quinterly had 19 points, led the Alabama Crimson Tide in scoring there, 6 of 12 on his field goals, hit all 4 of his free throws. Scottie Pippen Jr. led this team, scored greatly, talked about all night, 26 points for him. 14 of 18 on his free throws, 5 of 13 on the field goals. You look at these stats here, again, as a team, not individually, but in whole, Alabama had 37.9, counted 38 field goal percentage, right? They had a better field goal percentage than Vanderbilt did, and they overall had really just a better defensive game. They had 27 defensive rebounds to Vandy's 25. They had 14 on offense to Vandy's 12. They won in the rebound categories. They got 8 blocks. They got 13 assists. They got 8 steals. Now, Vandy stole the ball a few times and were able to score at times like that. Towards the end, though, I mean, even Alabama had the more fouls. I mean, it's kind of a head-scratcher when you look at this. Like, on paper, you would say Alabama should have lost this game, but there at the end, they just played better defense, and they got it done and taken care of. Now, I credit Vandy. I think they had a heck of a game. I think that they came to play. Overall, someone had to win this. I give credit to Scottie Pippen Jr., by the way. Led the team in points at 26. He was 5 of 13 on his field goals, 14 of 18 on his free throws. Again, I mentioned Javon Quinterly for Alabama, 19 points, leading the team individually in scoring. With that, 6 of 12 on his field goals, hit all 4 of his free throws. In rebounds, J.D. Davidson had 10, 8 on defense, 2 on offense. Melora Brown, a forward for Vandy, had 7, 5 on offense, 2 on defense. And in assists, Scottie Pippen was the main go-to guy for Vanderbilt once again. Of course, he was a key factor. Some of the guys around him, though, just couldn't get a whole lot going. Alabama just had a couple more players. I mean, it just seemed like it was Scottie Pippen's show for Vandy, which isn't that bad. But when the other team has multiple different guys like a J.D. Davidson, like a Quinterly, like a Rojas, or some other guys that they kind of threw around out there for the Tide, when you have that situation and you have teamwork on one team and then an individual performance on another, it's not going to work. I'm not here to give a teamwork type of speech, but that's just sports. But Scottie Pippen, again, I mean, I give him credit. And I'd give Vandy quite a bit of credit. They had some guys out there, even outside of Scottie Pippen. They had Melora Brown, Liam Robbins, Drew Weichert, Jordan Wright was a key player too. But again, overall, 74-72, the final score at Vanderbilt at Memorial Gymnasium. Alabama came in favored by 4.5. They did not cover. The over-under was 153.5. This is a total score. Let's see here. Add this 46. So if you had this up, 74 plus 72, 146. So if you had bet the under on this game, you would have won. So did this turn out? See, that's the thing. It didn't turn out the way like the odds makers or experts expected it to. And it was 37-32. Alabama, reminds you, was down 5 at halftime, but they went on a run and outscored 42-35. They outscored Vanderbilt in the second half. Again, I mentioned they were able to hit the field goal more. They did pretty good on their three-pointers a little bit, but Vandy won that category. But overall, having 41 rebounds, having and what's crazy, I mean, they had more turnovers. The largest they led by was 11 in this game. 25 fouls. It just came down to the wire. It was one of those where Vandy on paper probably should have won this game, but ultimately, when you play a close game, it comes down to the wire like this and who has the ball, and Alabama just came through defensively and got the job done. So well done for Alabama going on the road 74-72 over the Vanderbilt Commodores. They're at 25 right now in the rankings, 24 actually. You can expect them to not drop out. I don't know if they rise up too far, but good for them to at least get another win and go forward. And again, we mentioned where you get close to March Madness. I'll be covering a lot more for you guys overall with men's basketball. And we got the tournaments just a couple weeks away. And Alabama taking a big win tonight over Vanderbilt, pushing through, getting a win, and the Tide prevail with Coach Nate Oates on top.